All right. Like we're live, I think. Yes, looks like we're live. There we are. Evening, everyone. I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back to Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Um, we shall see whether this is. There we go. We'll see if this is the last or maybe second to last or so live stream. We'll see. Because as I indicated last time, no, 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to be beating Simon in at least not in in I don't know if I would say not in this playthrough, because I might just go back to this save and maybe eventually beat him, but certainly not on stream right now with you guys, because I looked into it. I was talking about this Tuesday, I think. I looked into it. If you recall last time, near the end of the stream, we had just barely, we thought, beaten him right near midnight, and then phase 2 of the boss fight started. And I was like, okay, I can't do this. I just can't do it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. And then I died, and I was like, all right, well, maybe we'll try again next week. We'll see. I'm gonna look up some strategies and stuff. Okay. And then I looked up some strategies, and every single one of them said minimum level 90 for your entire squad. And yeah, no, no, minimum level 90. And by the way, for your entire squad means all 5, not your main 3, because apparently in phase 3, yes, phase 3, Simon kills everybody on the board and brings in your backup squad. And so if your backup squad isn't up to snuff to finish off the third and hardest phase of the boss fight, then you lose. So no, we're not. We are not in a position at this time to beat Simon. Because also, the other thing that every guy looks at is that he's the actual game's end boss. The real end boss of the game. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was that is a brutal boss fight. You know, is what it is. Maybe again, maybe for another time. Oh, speaking of, hold on, I need to turn off game journalist mode that I had on for the sake of Simon. There we go. Back. Oh gosh. Anyway, one day was pretty good though. Grace, thanks, thank you. The other thing, on a related note, this was a funny little interaction. So, if you follow Mauler at all from the Long Man, also from EFAP, Every Frame of Pause, he right now is live streaming Expedition 33, and he got stuck on a random overworld boss that he ran into that he was fighting for over 2 hours. It was the Frost Evec, if I recall. And about halfway through, I was kind of watching his stream on my second monitor, and so I'm just like, wait a minute, while I was, rocking Gabriel to sleep, because he won't fall asleep unless he's either sitting on me or laying in close proximity to somebody else who's going to sleep. So one of either his mom or I need to. So something like that. Anyway, though, or if he's really tired, fall asleep with his butt stuck in the air. But anyway, if he's not really tired, I was sitting with him. I was watching Muller stream the game, frustratedly facing this boss for 2 hours. And about halfway through, I was like, hey, wait a minute. I think I skipped this boss. And in fact, I did. So I booted the game back up. I went over to the boss. I went to fight it. And I one-shot it with my health. Which, like, it tells you something about the power scaling of this game, because it's a pre-Act 2 boss. And if you remember, at the end of Act 2, you get the which one is it? The Painted Power Lumina, or Pictos. Yeah, Painted Power, that's what it is. Which is the thing that allows you to break the damage cap to go over 10,000 damage. And so it had tons of health, but not so much health that, like, one really high damage attack from Mael won't completely destroy it. Because she could deal out, like, probably, oh gosh, how much damage even was this thing? It was probably over 100,000 damage. Anyway, I also went and unlocked a few new outfits for everybody. Notably, the ladies over yonder and our beloved Minoko, with his gloriously dapper top hat and monocle and suit. I love it. I love it so much. The ladies are a little less classy. I may switch back at some point. But this is just look at that. Look at that. It's just art. That is art. What that is. And if this game is about one thing, it's about art and grief, and existentialism, death, metaphysics of fiction. Anyway, so tonight we're just about set to perhaps finish the game. We're going at least to the end stage, back to Lumiere, to face Renoir. I do have something of a concern that I will be able to just one-shot Renoir as well, because that kind of is how the power scaling works in this game. I'm going to see if that happens. If it does, I'm not going to complain, because it'll be funny. But it will be a little bit of a letdown, a little tiny bit of an anticlimax, but we'll see.
Is there anyone special you'd want Mael to bring back?
Okay, we've already talked about this.
You've been around for 100 years. Anyone you miss?
Yeah. One person. And all the expeditioners I travelled with. It'd be nice to tell them we made it.
Yes.
And to explain things I never got a chance to explain.
What will you do when this is all over? I'm having trouble imagining you living a normal life in Lumiere.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can live in a city anymore. I don't know. What about you?
Well, since we mere mortals can't leave this canvas, Mael has kindly offered to paint the outside world for me, so I can see.
Do you mean...
a painting inside this painting?
Once again, okay. There's something a bit interesting about that. I mean, there's a lot interesting potentially about that, but what's interesting to me about that is ontologically it seems a little strange to. So I can envision these sorts of nested realities existing, because we create sub-realities, but our sub-creations are always, and I think necessarily, less sophisticated, let's say, than the reality, let's say, above it. And so it seems to me that it would have to be that Mael is either actively simulating painting, so to speak, particular sections of primary reality, rather than trying to paint all of reality. Because painting all of reality is like, I mean, that's, even if you have the power of creating sub-created worlds, creating a sort of simulacrum of reality in any sense is going to be a monumental task. Probably an impossible one, without true omnipotence. And it doesn't seem like the painters are omnipotent, even in their canvases. So there are limits to their power, there's limits to their creativity, etc. So I'm curious as to see exactly how Mael expects that to work. It's an interesting thing to ponder, that's for sure.
No poetry lately?
I'm not really inspired these days.
Let's see if SKA has more of that wine you like. Maybe that'll help.
It is a mustache!
You miss Noko, don't you?
Indeed. Life is more colourful with Noko by my side.
Maybe we could stop by the Gestural village for a little bit. We'd need more supplies anyway.
That would be lovely.
Okay, well, we'll do that first then. How about that?
Let's explore under the ocean.
Aren't you scared of what we'll find there?
The stones of the sea are my friends too.
Well, except for going in the abyss, which is where we were last time. Alright, let's go to sleep. Shall we? Alright.
Taking to the sky. Flash through the sky.
Wait. There's the Gestural village. Right? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, let's stop on by. Why not? We haven't been here in a little bit. The dress tassels. It's actually kind of cool. I dig that. Go to yearn for glorious battles. Seek out the chromatic Nevrons. Hunt them all. Okay, then. We'll take a look at my wares. What you got? I have a lot of chroma catalysts and polished and color of lumina. Critical moment. Eh. There's nothing he wants to fight for, so let's not. Make chroma offerings at the Sacred River, part of the rebirth process. As we Gestrals can resurrect at the Sacred River. You guys knew that, right? Yes. I was there for one such resurrection not long ago. It was neat. Wow. Yep, okay. This game. And all the journals? Moshi will be so happy. I want to thank you himself once he's had his turn at the Sacred River. Here a gift for your travels. Got some color of luminance. Thanks. Well, in the bazaar, thanks to Professor Champ de Cuillère's chromatic legumes. You'll see. Sorry, what? Professor Champ de Cuillère? Brush over there won't trade with anyone. I wonder what that's about. You jerk. I can still hear you. Back off my junk. Won't sell you nothing. Alright, well. Okay. Alright, anything we got here? Nothing of interest. Stuff we've already got. I assume they don't restock, but we'll see. It's booming. Yeah, but where is Noko? Anyway. Building new Saka Patates, huh? New ones have laser cannons and a void sword. That's great. Could you make sure these Saga Patates only attack Neverons? No, it should attack Gestrals too, so we can fight it. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's tell them that. Fight! Fight! I wonder Gestrals would survive this long. Yeah. You earned yourself a trip to the arena, Patate. Come see the joust games. The newest trend in down. Nothing beats a good old fight to the death in the arena, though. Okay. My 1-inch punch. It's not too eager to get beaten up. Good for you. Good for you. Oops. Stylish pieces for sale, a la mode. Saka Patate outfit for CL? I'll just buy it, why not? I mean, 1,000 chroma, I have enough. Let me read your palm again. Life of fighting, huh? This would be full of casinos and everyone would listen to jazz. Hope we'll be alive to see it happen. Doesn't everyone already listen to jazz? Like all of the Jestrel themes are jazz. Like heavily featuring saxophones. Was this planned to be like a DLC? I wonder if this was planned to be a DLC. It's weird to have this here and it be completely blocked off with this. Where is Noko anyway? And what's this? Ooh.
Well, that will help.
Battle him. Low level, but Earth demon. Interesting. Okay, okay. Well, good thing we wandered around, huh? This is fine. Let's go back to the chief's house, huh? Maybe. He's possibly at the chief's house. As good a guess as any. Yeah, there he is. There's my little Noko. Oh, hello. Noko has lost a significant portion of his memories. Memories he will never recover. Noko. You're foolish enough to face me again. Are you really still angry with me? There's no prize for holding the longest grudge. No prize necessary. I enjoy holding grudges. Keeps me nice and cranky. And strong. Yes, well, I thought we'd overcome our differences. You know, last time and all. No. Good to enjoy destroying you again. Wait, I didn't mean to... Oh, boy. This isn't supposed to bleed. Okay, wait. Why do I have this many turns? Why am I so frickin' fast? Oh, the in-game language... I think the only other in-game language is the Jestrels, and I think it's gibberish. I'm pretty sure it's actual gibberish. Let's... What the fuck was that? Why is she so weak? Fine, you can stay. Things settled between us now? No, but you may visit the village if you wish. Or invite me next time you go adventuring. She was holding back. She was definitely holding back. She was absolutely holding back. Compare that to the massive difficulty I had fighting her with Mael the last time I did this. I'm not that much more powerful. All right, well, let's go back. Let's go. Let's go to Lumiere. Let's do this. All right, let's go to Lumiere. Let's do it. Those things. Now, is one of those statues Verso? Because it kind of looks like it.
Wait for us here. It's dangerous for you near Papa. We'll have to move fast. I can't maintain them for very long. Tomorrow comes.
Whoa, cool. Okay, so a lot of this is just cinematic. Oh man, we have an Expedition 33 flag and everything. Oh man, that's cool. Okay, this is hype. All right, this is hype. All right, let's go. Let's go, guys.
These expeditioners are glorious wreakers of havoc.
The sword of Lumiere.
Let's not get too carried away, because I do want to look around for things. I know there are a few secrets around here, one of which is a really significant one. Hey, Imsip, how you doing? One is very significant, and quite frankly, very funny. If I remember what it is correctly, or where it is. We got a Color of Lumina, which is nice. I don't think we need more, but we could. Sick. Jeez, what happened here? This is this not where the festival was? What is all this anyway? Is this just leaking chroma or something? calcified chroma. Okay, let's fight him. Guess we gotta do some fighting. I'm just gonna see if I can one-shot it. Let's try it. Stand tall. I can one-shot it. This is how we're gonna be doing this tonight. This is how we're fighting. Wow. All right. That's kind of bitchin'. Hi there. Let's just fucking go. Being wildly overpowered is kind of fun.
Perfect.
Yeah, look at them all. Okay, there is, yeah, she summoned quite an army there, yeah. Quite the Sword of Lumiere.
Well, that will help.
I have a feeling I should be running through as my L, but it's tradition for Lumi at this point. Oh, just 83,000, huh? Running through Lumiere. This is the final level, by the way. That wasn't clear. Yeah, it is. All this blue, all this chroma, I assume it's chroma, is way worse than when we left. I am assuming that's got to be Renoir's fault, right? Oh, Mael. Mael is the character. It is not Hebrew. It is French. That.
Lovely.
Oh. Perfectly normal trash can, huh? Okay, so by the way, I missed something last time through, by the way. No, not that. No, Mael, spelled like this. Like that. It's French. So apparently I missed something, by the way. This trash can, this allegedly perfectly normal trash can, if you interact with it enough times in the prologue, this one in particular, apparently there was a guy hiding in it because he was 34 years old. And so he was going to be gomached at the beginning. And he was hiding in the trash can to try and keep away from the paintress. Which, tragically, predictably, did not work. He was, in fact, gomached. Alright, actually, hold on. Stendhal is one hit, isn't it? Is one target. Let's go Phantom Strike. Why not? Let's see if we can hit both of them. Oh, one's still up. Alright, that's fine. Let's just finish off the fucker. That'll work. All the flower stands and everything. I'm actually not sure what Mael means. Okay, yeah, no, this chroma or whatever is way worse. It's way worse than last time. Ooh. Shift in the music, huh? Which is the not way? Cool. Oh, this is where we were with... I mean, there is where we were with... right at the beginning with Gustav. Let's go over there. Why not? I'm assuming this is the not way. Hard to tell. I think Renoir was by the red and white tree, which, if I'm not mistaken, is back the other way. Yeah, this is where we began the game. What's this?
Interesting.
Energizing, powerful. Do miss Gustav. I still bugs me a little bit to wonder what the connection Gustav had to everything. Because it's still, like, first of all, the resemblance between Gustav and Verso and Renoir is just like, what? How? It's shockingly similar. Then also, for him, the main character, to not have some, I guess you'd say, faded connection to the plot is, I don't know, it's weird.
The 32s.
Oh, Renoir reconstructed them. He like repainted them. Oh man. Let's Phantom Strike. Oh, okay. That's all? Litesso.
Perfect.
Yeah, that is Expedition 32, ruined and recreated. Sophie's inspiration for SK. Can't go help. Okay, that's fine. Let them have at it. Nice. Alright, let's see. Strike again. Nope. Listen. Imsub says, my parish is having a speed dating thing for parishioners right before Valentine's Day. I haven't been much for the dating scene since I'm still in California. I feel I shouldn't set roots. I mean, it is a noble thing to not want to set roots in California. Set roots in a state I ultimately intend to leave. My parents keep bugging me for grandkids. Still in my 20s. I started having kids in my 20s, right? Yes, I was 27. Yeah, I was 27. So it's not too early, but it's also not too late. You know, so you know it's that's the thing. Like, you're gonna have to, if you do wind up finding a woman that you might be interested in, it's as good an excuse as any to put down roots somewhere together intentionally, right? Even if that is, maybe that's probably not California, it's California, but you know, you can go somewhere together. That's totally an option. That's Phantom Strike. That's electrifying.
Thunder. Good.
Mayhem.
Great.
Your father. He's at the tower.
Yes.
Oh.
My owl.
The tower. Monsieur Defer. So he's not at the tree, because here's the tree. Sim says, I'll move in next to you so I can borrow your weed whacker and never return it and pretend I don't know what you're talking about. Then one day the other neighbor will say, that weed whacker you sold me at your yard sale works great. Thanks again for the deal. You know what, listen, as annoying as you're trying to make that sound, I would just be happy to have more Catholic neighbors. So you're always welcome in my neighborhood. If you're ever coming to Florida and are in the real estate market and want to shop and visit and want my cat to yell at the microphone, I guess. Why are you yelling? Oh, it's because it's cold. He's snuggly because it's cold. Anyway, Angel, say hi to the internet. This is the price you have to pay for warmth. Anyway, there are always houses selling in our neighborhood, so I'll direct you in the right direction. Isn't it beautiful here? Not anymore, really. Oh, my other cat. Turbo, what are you doing? Her paintings were always astonishing. Yet I wish you would understand. Understand what? Just what it means for me to paint. What do you mean? This is almost certainly Gustav, by the way. Imzib says, ask what part of Florida I live in. I always imagined in northwestern Florida, basically Alabama. No, not at all. A little north of Tampa. Basically, if you just draw a line straight north from Tampa and another line straight west from Orlando, that's us. We're nicely in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of cows and pine trees. I wish we were a little bit closer to the coast because I grew up right on the water. But you know, can't win everything. We're out of flood zones. So that's nice. Turbo, don't. He's sitting on the back of my chair, like up, very up, like he's looking for something. Is there a bug? Is there a bug? Anyway, if there's a bug, I'll find out. The hurricane still get me? Get us? I mean, yeah. But, like, it hasn't been so bad. It's almost never that bad here on the like west coast of Florida. Like, especially the upper half, the sort of northern half, north of Tampa Bay, more or less. It's usually not that bad. Last year was pretty bad. The last couple of seasons were pretty bad. Ian hit us pretty close, and then Milton. Was it Milton or the other one that year? hit us pretty close. Not dead on, but pretty close. Close enough to cause some problems. Then again, most of those problems were sort of tertiary issues with the Withlacoochee River, which runs right by us, backing up and flooding. Like, it completely overflowed its banks. It was flooding. I think the level of the water of the Withlacoochee River was something like it was probably something like 30 or 40 feet higher than its normal water level. So there were people's houses that were underwater, and we're, I don't know, 40 or 50 miles inland. It was insane. It was not something I expected. I did not expect flooding to be around here. But we're on a golf course, and we're on a hill. We're not exactly right by the river, so we're pretty okay. Our neighborhood was more or less fine. Our house was perfectly fine. But we still, like, boarded our windows and stuff, just in case. And we did also, by the way, we did have to replace our roof a couple of years ago. Because Hurricane Ian just blew up some shingles and things like that, and it wound up doing enough little ancillary damage to the rest of the roof that it was better just to replace the whole thing. And our insurance met with... Don't get me started. Our insurance was a pain in the ass about it, but eventually we got a public adjuster to get into it with them. We got it paid for, so all's well. But that is the kind of thing that you got to deal with in Florida. That and, backyard gators, and the residents. We're an odd bunch. But otherwise, it's great. I do genuinely love it here, especially nights like tonight when it's 40 degrees. That's nice. When it's 80 degrees, like it was last week, I'm less enthused. Or when it's like 85 degrees at night, like it is 6 months out of the year, I'm a lot less enthused. But whatever. What are you gonna do? Pick your poison, depending on where you are anyway. Oh yeah, Milton. Nova Scotia sent power crews down to Florida. I believe it. Appalachia got hit way harder by not Milton. It was the other one. The same season. It basically just went right up the Blue Ridge Mountains, and all the hollers up there basically just every single one of them got flooded. It was insane. The amount of rain that one dumped up those hollers was disastrous for tons of people. Can Mael talk to him? Yeah. Okay, well. Again, I'm fairly certain that is the sort of the remains of the real Verso's soul.
Oh, wow.
Radiant charge on hitting a stunned enemy. See, that's the thing is, I don't stun enough. I don't hit stunned enemies enough for that to matter. Those sorts of things to matter. Everyone's still at full health. I don't need to rest or anything. Could theoretically upgrade. Oh, that was bitchin'. Yeah, I think it was a female name. They alternate male, female, male, female. Wow.
Well, that will help.
Not really, but... Cool. Is this the not way? Or is this the right way? Fuck are you? Okay, well this looks like the right way, so I'm gonna go the other way. Okay. Well, there's three of you.
Yeah. Prepare for annihilation.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, this was just a little loop, wasn't it? There's a thing here. chroma. All right. I'm still trying desperately to explore everything because, like I said, there are a couple of really cool secrets in this last level that I know vaguely about that I don't want to miss. Helene, yes, thank you, Helene. That was the other one. Yeah, that one was rough. It wasn't as rough here, but it was rough. I don't think I like that thing.
What have we here?
Ew. Is that a fucked up gestural? If so, it's deeply fucked up. Dramatic Ekachier. I'm just gonna try and stand tall. See what happens. Yeah. Woo! Alright. Bitchin'. Okay, if I electrify... And then Mayhem will knock it out. Even if it doesn't kill it. Yep.
What lovely fleet.
I'm gonna regular hit it, and then next round I should be able to Obscure Sword. Yes.
My, what lovely fleet.
Or Aberration Light. I'm gonna Obscure Sword and see what happens. No, it's not weak to dark, that's fine. There we go. Oh, you remember Dorian. I barely remember even hearing about Dorian. Mostly just because it didn't come anywhere near us, I guess. Which does make sense as to why you might remember it. 75% increased counterattack damage. Dude! Okay, I gotta equip that to somebody, right? Right? Because that's amazing. Medical. Augmented counter. Ooh. There's 3. Here we go. Shoot. That's really good, but like... I can't afford to swap out any of these. Yeah, I can't afford to at this point. At this point in the game, it's too late. Which sucks, but is what it is.
Nice.
I mean, I could just dump Lumina points into everybody, but... Like, I know... Also, by the way, I know one of the secrets is in or around the water. So I gotta keep an eye out. Boat.
Wow.
Little speed boat. Does that have a... Is that an outboard? It's a cranked motor. Is that actually a crank motor? If so, that is fascinating.
The Opera House.
Useful.
Could have sworn it was right before the Opera House, if I remember right. Just don't want to miss it. It's one of the expedition logs that I really want to see. Follow-up question, who's playing piano? Lumiere has suffered much damage. There's something in the water. Ask Esquier. Oh, here we go, yeah. There's something in the water. Woohoo! This is the Journal of Expedition 60. Legendary expedition known for its unorthodox tactics.
William, Expedition 60.
Oops.
They mocked us when we said the human body is the strongest of them all. We trained relentlessly, and now our bodies have achieved the pinnacle of human performance, with which we are able to crush our enemies. We are so much more agile and aerodynamic without the heavy uniforms constraining our glorious muscles. With Leslie's unstoppable training regime, we are impervious. That's how we were able to charge through that ghostly Gamage barrier and reach the Paintress. But it seems we've been wrong about what she is. The Paintress is just as trapped as we. The real terror lies beneath the monolith. The rest of Expedition 60 marched on to confront him, while I was tasked to warn Lumiere. But it seems I might have run out of time. One last swim separates me from Lumiere, but even with my mighty muscles, I don't know if I can outswim the Gamache. So here I write my final message. Bare naked muscles will save the world. And don't waste time on the Paintress. Aim for the bottom of the monolith.
So they were this close. 27 years ago. That close. These 60-year-old people. This expedition of bodily perfect, nude 60-year-olds who swam across the sea. Burst through the chroma barrier. Naked. Actually uncovered what was really going on, which, by the way, if you haven't been following along, is not the Paintress, it's Renoir who was gamaging everyone, not again, it wasn't actually the Paintress. But this, by the way, has some of the funniest fan art of this game. Just check it out. Just go ahead and just Google, maybe safe search on, Expedition 60 fan art. Good stuff. This is Aphrodite. Aphrodite, right?
An advantage.
That doesn't open, but I don't want to. Wanted to make sure. There's C up here first. So, I play? That is me. Wrong. Oh. How did that get there? That was the painting that we made before we left. Gustav and Sophie. You know what? I'd go for it. Simp, if I were you, I would say go for it. Even if it does wind up being a waste of time, it's worth a try. Because why not? You never know. You never know. I don't like those things. They're made of mannequins. I don't think anyone likes mannequins. That way or this way? Oh, nothing that way, okay. It's this way.
Nevrons from the Axon Islands. What are they doing here?
Like Axons, they're Papa's creations, not Claire's.
Wait, the Nevrons are... Wait. The Axons were Papa's creations? Or Renoir's? That's strange. But anyway, I'm gonna Phantom Strike. Phantom Strike. Take out the additional ones at least. Seriously damn you. Earthquake? As well, right? Now let's just electrify, and then if it's still on,
Better.
yeah, I can just
Prepare to meet your end.
do it. There we go.
Great.
Angel's getting nervous because Gabriel is nearby, making baby noises. Angel, what's going on? No, that's not a place for you. No, ma'am. I don't like that one. But especially one.
Prepare for annihilation.
But okay, we're good. We're all taken care of. There we go. Dorian was one of the worst storms since a separate storm, Hurricane Juan, 2003, and Hurricane Fiona in 2022. I remember Fiona. I remember hearing a lot about Fiona.
Great.
Sim says that the event is being set up by a site called Arrow, ERROW, a Catholic dating site that specializes in Southern California. To sign up for the event, you must make a profile on the site. Questions are weird. Ooh, are you gonna let the chat have some input on this? Are we gonna get to make you a dating profile live on stream? Because that sounds funny. That sounds like a great time.
Prepare for annihilation.
Wow.
There is the bent tower. This looks like it might be the right way. I want to go the other way. They ask you what your body type is, which is fine, I suppose, but they ask you what type of body you prefer in women. The options are skinny, thick, athletic, toned, curvy, and large. Interesting. Okay. I mean, reasonable, I guess? But that's really, I don't know, that's really subjective. I mean, I get it. Fine, but like... Ooh. That's really, like, the problem is... Well, no, look, I get it. Like, I do understand having those kind of questions. That honestly is perfectly reasonable to me. Even on half the cadence, like, you do want to date somebody you're physically attracted to. That is kind of a serious and kind of a key part of marriage is, you know, being physically attracted to your spouse, right? That isn't to say it's anywhere near the most important thing, right? And that also, here's the other thing too. That also is not to say that
What have we here?
feeling stun converted to chroma. Oh, already owned. Okay, picked up as already owned.
Almost there.
Mael?
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, it's the other element of this, and this is actually really important, and I think that a lot of people should, if you don't know this, then you should be aware of this and acknowledge it. That your type can completely change depending on, well, a lot of things, but depending on your state in life, right? That can just sort of gradually drift. That's entirely possible. But then also just based on if you if you fall for somebody and they're not your usual type, your type can totally change. Now, it can also change by... Okay. It can also change by various, like, distortions and things, too. Right? But, like, obsessing over a certain type or you know, excessive porn use or whatever, that can change your type, too. But I mean, like, in a relatively positive way, if you fall for somebody, if you come to be attracted to somebody who is not, even if they're not the type that you're usually attracted to, that can perfectly well change your type. So I don't want to say that is all that immutable, you know. Sim says, I don't know what to put since I'm still fat, but I have been losing weight for the last 3 months, so I don't know if I put NA. Just say under construction or loading. See, that's clever. See, be funny. If you can, be funny. Maybe I should continue. Maybe I should continue. Maybe you should. Okay. Yeah. If that were a choice. I've always got silence. What is... Petals. Oh, right. I can just break that. Forgot. Chroma. Hey, Turbo. Oh, no, that's Angel. Turbo is here again, but he's not. See, Angel's looking at the same random spot on the wall. I don't get it. Is that a gestural? What are you doing here? Excuse me? For all the mess that's happening, I was the only one curious enough to make the journey here. That this place is sad. Yeah, I frickin' bet it is. What in the world? Alright, I own much higher levels of most of these. Balestrum. Over 1 AP and stance switch. If stanceless base attack switch to defensive, yeah. Saturn. Voltron better. I have it. I can fight the merchant, but what for? Oh, look out there. Nothing really. Jeez.
Papa is somewhere past the gardens.
Yeah. I've taken no damage and expended no resources.
Useful.
In the world. I have to wonder what this was. If this was always like that in Lumiere. Before all this chroma. I assume it's chroma, once again. The blue, the azure, let's say.
I can't sustain the expeditioners much longer.
Matt, we need to defeat them fast.
No, we don't. I must take detours. Okay, there's nothing here but rubble. That's fine. I mean, fine, I'll just kill you, but like... Oh no. Gabriel's going to baby jail.
I'm ready.
Yeah, for the breeze. Good idea.
Prepare for annihilation.
There you go. Sim says, I'm also somewhat predict fear my type won't be there. Probably a lot of Filipino, Vietnamese, and Hispanic women. I mean, maybe. I would like to meet an Irish, Italian, Polish, etc. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a regional problem, I guess.
Good stuff.
But, I mean, California, even especially Southern California, is... As far as I would think, just stereotypically, I guess, pretty diverse. And by that I don't mean like diverse, like wacky leftists mean brown people. I mean, there's a lot of different sorts from a lot of different places.
Let me flow. Chroma is flowing.
There we go. So, diverse as in whites are a very small minority, so my dating pool is teeny tiny. Okay, well, I mean, very small minority? I don't know about that. Really?
An
I would have
advantage.
thought. Then again, you know how things... I mean, my stereotypes of a lot of places are based on out-of-date information. So there's that. There is that. What's the red light? That's very ominous. This is a, if I'm not mistaken, a real garden in Paris, isn't it? These walking gardens leading up to the tower. Excuse me. The church in California. Yeah, okay. I've been home for nearly 4 years since college. I've only had one girlfriend since then. She was from Montana, that are through the Mormon church. Mormons have many whites, sure. Whereas the church in California, not so much. Yeah, I guess that does make enough sense. Yeah. I guess, California is a largely ethnic church, at least that region. Left with very little hit points. Should do it. This will absolutely do it.
Prepare to meet your end.
But that's true also of Protestant converts. That is a source of racial diversity and otherwise largely Hispanic Catholic community of California.
Your father's been extra inspired.
A most enticing challenge.
We already killed the chromatic version of this thing. I think we'll be fine.
Finesse and grace.
Quiasham. Don't have enough for Hell, which is unfortunate, but I'll just Typhoon. Why not? Everybody gets some health, I guess. Mayhem would probably finish it, though. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't stun either. Typhoon will, yeah, consume my Earth Stains, that's what everything.
The eternity of ice. Nobody dies.
Your turn to shine.
Well, that sucks. I'm going to be taking damage over time. Frick. That's really bad. Can I do Enfeeble then it's her sword? Because that'd be awesome if I can do that. No, I can't. I'm bonking. Yep, that stuns. Excellent. Love it. Ah! Oh god, no! This is very bad. Electrify? Mayhem. Maybe we'll finish it. Yeah, I did. Faster than strong. Always play twice in a row, but deal 50% less damage. Ugh, that's like a purely worse version of breaking rules. There are builds where that is tremendously useful. If you have somebody set up as a support build. Like I could see that being particularly useful for certain Verso builds, certain CL builds that I've seen. Maybe Lune, but probably not.
Papa's over there. And the chroma we need to bring back Lumiere.
Even I can sense him.
We'd better make sure we're ready.
I think we're doing. He is here, doing what needs to be done. What I can't do anymore. What needs to be done? For my sake and theirs. Was he want it to end, I assume? I take it? Let's rest. You know what? Hang on. Let's upgrade our weapons. We haven't done this, and we have chroma catalysts. Galore. Kralum. Metalum. Goyaro. Yeah, let's upgrade Metalum, like, a bunch. Max leveled. And Kralum. And Joyaro. Excellent. Torso. Esso. Rulerum. Liso. Lanceram. Litesso is the one I just got, right? Base attack consumes all shields to deal 100% increased damage per shield. Plus 1 shield and counterattack. Dang. That is potentially amazing. But it's like an end stage weapon. Why? Ireso. It's a wrench. It's a literal wrench. Arcane enemy on base. Okay, that's actually good though. I'm never gonna use it. I'm still not gonna use it myself. So whatever. Can I learn any skills? Does it matter at this point? No, I don't have any points. Ooh, I can with my L. Last chance. No. Sword Ballet. 5 hits. 75% damage. Sets to defensive stance, though. Everything goes to defensive. Everything goes to defensive. Forte, guard down. No, I got what I got. I'm good with what I got, I guess. He's got everything he can do. Alright, that's that. Let's do this, shall we? Go on, my L. Front daddy. Hang on. Let me see about something. Let me check on something really quick. I'm gonna see if I can't copy my save. I can't. I cannot copy my save. Okay, well, that's fine. White Juan. Was it the nor'easter that followed the hurricane in February? That's interesting. That's a really funny, clever naming convention. White Juan. That's very funny. I dig it. I feel like that's very Canadian. Very much in line with a lot of, not a lot of, but some Americans ironically calling you guys snow beaners. No offense. Everybody's hair physics are going to 11.
Papa?
Alicia.
Please. I just want you to understand what this canvas means to me.
I do understand. I know how powerful and intoxicating it is. How deeply attached we can become to the worlds we pour our hearts and souls into. I was enthralled, and it nearly killed me.
That doesn't mean you have to erase Verso's canvas.
Child, do you think I want to? after all the sorrows we've endured? Do you really think that I want to destroy this last piece of his soul?
Don't.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices. We do what we must.
Grief often blinds us, and we make choices we can never take back.
You grieve for two.
I grieve for many.
The choices of parents leave indelible marks upon their children. But ultimately, the voices in their head have to be their own. You cannot set the boundaries of their life for them.
After the fire, you wanted me to find new joy in life. And I tried. But I couldn't. Faso died because of me. How do I get from that to joy?
Child, it will get better, I promise you. But this is not the way. Your friends speak truth. And it changes nothing. You can hate me. But that's a choice I must make. As your father, I must look out for you. Especially when you can't look out for yourself.
You treat me as if I'm still 5!
I treat you as if the shadow from the worst day of our lives is going to suffocate you and take you from us too! Enough. I said enough.
Are we doing a 5-on-1? Oh, okay.
Finesse and grace.
It's a normal. I'm gonna just try it. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna see if I can one-shot him.
Firing.
Take cover!
What?
Stop this insanity. It's time to go home.
Seren?
I do love a challenge, but this is beginning to irk me.
Fuck. He keeps regenerating.
Keeps?
Maybe we focus on the axons first.
What is this?
No, she can't.
Oh, no. We shouldn't be here.
Mama.
You're going to kill yourself. It's too soon for you to return to any canvas.
Dude, this is a fascinating fight between those two, because it's Renoir's vision of Aline versus Aline's vision of herself. Oh, it's a paintbrush. Wow. Okay, that's very cool.
Okay.
Summons the Dissandra canvas.
This selfish Aline!
Being selfish. Okay. This is okay, electrifying.
Let's keep going.
Really good damage. Okay, wow. Earthquake.
The toughness of Earth.
Sweet taste of battle.
Ramassia Bonk, which I can just do twice, and that'll probably stun him. An agile stance. I have enough AP to just do that again. Ah, it doesn't quite stun me. Damn. Okay. I do not have enough AP at all to do anything. So I guess I just have to basic attack? And stun him. Oh, wow. Okay, that was fun. I don't have enough for Gustav's Homage, which is what I would need. So I'll just base attack again, I guess. Yeah. It's good damage.
Good.
Don't have enough for hell. Will I if I base attack? I don't think so. I'm better off just going... Oh, Elemental Genesis. I can do that, can't I? Yes, I can. I have one of each. Technically, sort of. Yeah, that's
okay.
that. He's down. That's it. We're done. That's it. Can we? Are we?
Thunder.
What now?
Put aside the canvas. It's killing you both.
I don't want that to happen.
This time.
But kick him out. Yeah, that was not that hard. Again, okay, I will say this again. That was still an epic fight, despite being wildly overleveled for it, which is, I mean, kind of mechanically baked into the game. I almost wish that the end, maybe just the end boss, Renoir, or maybe even the whole final level, all of Lumiere, scaled to your level. that might actually solve the problem. Because a lot of the bosses... Because, like, look, this whole level, like, all of tonight's entire stream, I haven't even been attacked once. I've dealt out so much damage so quickly that I didn't even have to dodge or parry a single attack this entire stream, this entire final dungeon, which feels anticlimactic. And partially that's a game design problem, but it's kind of an unavoidable problem. Because on the one hand, well, it's also just very JRPG coded, which, let me explain what I'm talking about here, right? So, the devs find themselves in kind of a pickle here. Right. Because on the one hand, they could have what they have here, which is balancing the encounter, balancing the final boss for when you would realistically face him in the story without excessive grinding and side content. So he should be at least beatable. Maybe not easily, but beatable if you don't grind out a ton of side content. The trouble is, I did. I ground out almost all of the side content in the game. There are a few optional bosses floating around here and there that I didn't, I think. Probably missed a few. But most of them I beat, plus some just general grinding even. Not much, but a little bit. And all of the actual, like, side quests, all of the loyalty quests, all the character stuff, and all of the, like, optional areas, and all that stuff, right? So, the trouble with balancing it that way is this. If I had, say, look, I'm a level, my main team is level 84 now. Suppose I had been leveled such that I would have a chance against Simon, the real final boss, the hardest fight in the game. Suppose I were level 90 plus, like 90 to 95. That's probably the range where you should be fighting Simon. I would have one-shot him every single time. There would have been, I wouldn't have even had to have switched characters. He would have just gone down completely. Though I don't know, maybe with Mael leaving Virtuose Stance, then there was a little bit of a chance that would be a little bit harder. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Fine. But still, it would have been that spectacularly easy, even easier than that already was. And this was already an easy boss run, especially for the final boss of a game. But on the other hand, if you scaled the final boss to remain a challenge for players who grind side content, there's no possible way that you could beat the game without doing all of that side content, and so it becomes primary content. And that's not the goal of the devs. That eliminates player freedom, which obviously they didn't want to do. So they're stuck in a pickle. The only other thing, the only other option is to scale the encounter. And if you have treadmill scaling, right? So whatever enemy that you face, wherever and whenever you face them, they're scaled to your level. That's really unsatisfying, because in that case, there's no purpose to actually leveling, to getting stronger, because your enemies are getting stronger at the same pace, and so there's no point, right? Leveling is meaningless at that point. A lot of bad games that do this, especially MMOs, are really bad about doing this sort of thing, about level scaling that harshly. D&D. Excuse me. D&D 3.5 was bad about this with what's called the Experience Treadmill, where encounters, the challenge rating for encounters was a strict guide to what you can beat based on your level. Anything more than like 3 lower than your level, you can't lose. Like, you mechanically can't lose. Nothing can hit you. If it's like more than 3 or 4 higher than your level, you can't win. Like, mechanically, you can't hit them. So that's the other extreme, and that's where it can be. That's where it can go. I'm trying to think of what games I've played recently that do this. Fallen Order did this. I was just kind of complaining about Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor their game design last time on Tuesday, they do the kind of experience scaling thing, where all the enemies are scaled to your level, and so the same enemies that you face throughout the game are always a challenge to you, no matter how much more powerful that you get, which is really irritating. The only thing leveling up does is give you new abilities. It doesn't actually scale your damage or anything. And if you're running anything that's suboptimal, you can't afford to, right? Because you have to maintain that level scale. But a lot of games do this. Like I said, MMOs are pretty bad about it. So I don't actually like that idea. For a game like this, I like... JRPGs do the opposite of this, which is basically what this... Excuse me, again, what this game does, which is essentially to have... Excuse me, good lord. Basically mechanics that you can break by grinding, and that's the whole point of the mechanic. That the mechanic isn't all that powerful on its own unless you grind like hell to make it overpowered, in which case you're a god, right? And I think this game does a good job of that, but it does unfortunately make somewhat of an anticlimactic boss fight. Hi, Gabriel. What do you want? What do you have? What do you have? Play-Doh. Oh, okay. See you, buddy. Yes. Right, see you, buddy. I don't think he showed up on the camera. That's okay. It's cute. Anyway. Yeah, I almost think it would have been good to scale the final boss, even if it's only scaling Renoir himself to the party level. Or maybe even just... Oh, I was going to say maybe to Mael's level, but you can cheese that. You can cheese that really badly. That'd be a really stupid exploit to make. Maybe not. Maybe not to Mael. But yeah, scaling Renoir... Excuse me. That might have been worthwhile, but I don't know. I'm not the game designer. I'm not going to complain about it. It's just an interesting dilemma that you encounter when you have a game like this. I sit down. Why is everyone out of breath? That was easy. Sorry. I'm sorry. It also causes lunar narrative dissonance. That's the other problem. But...
Ironic. Your mother was the one who saved me when I lost myself in a canvas. She taught me how to safely use our gift. How to soar without flying too close to the sun. We painted hundreds of canvas worlds, pushing the very boundaries of creation. And she never let me forget that every day we spent here has a price. Yet, here we are now.
So trust her. If she's doing this, then...
I trust what she taught me. This is not a game. You think you know what's at stake, but you don't.
I know precisely what's at stake. You want control. You want to feel like you're doing something. You couldn't save us. So
no.
You want to save us, except you're not. Destroying the canvas won't help us move on. It'll just deny us the one place that helped us feel again.
67 years. 67 years I spent trapped within the monolith. But I persisted. I persisted.
Yeah, Klaus, this is not a game.
Why?
Hey, buddy.
Do you know why I cannot leave her or you behind?
Yeah, I know.
This is what I see.
Okay, bud.
Day. I cannot spend another day with living corpses. Since the fire, our family has crumbled. Aline in the canvas. Clair fighting a solitary war. You, a living ghost. Verso's death broke us. Want it to be fixed. I need it to be fixed. I cannot lose you too.
Don't you see? That's how I feel about them. I can't lose them either. I've lost too much. Papa, see? I've lost so much.
We both lost so much.
Papa, I don't want to lose you either. I'm not leaving you forever. Just a little longer.
I want to trust you, but
You can.
keep the light on for you. I hope you find peace. Hold on to each other.
Verso!
I'm sorry.
What? Where did he go? Where is she? I thought that was the vision of her in the real world. Before I start this is the end game. Imsimp asks, says, on another weird note, feels strange being a monarchist who traditionally advocates for a more totalitarian system, but objects to what is currently going on with ICE. How can one strike a balance, or would it be more of a case of finding the benevolent dictator or the good king, aka the philosopher king? That's the thing. If you think that monarchy or monarchism is a more totalitarian or more authoritarian system, you misunderstand monarchism. Or at least you're advocating for something more like a post-Enlightenment modernist monarchism than a traditional one. because traditional monarchies are not totalitarian, like at all. Um, the again, man, you just got to read Hoppe. I'm just telling you, you have to read Hoppe's Democracy: The God That Failed, or at the very least, um, From Aristocracy to Monarchy to Democracy, which is basically a short version that focuses on the historical shifts. It's fantastic. It's a great. Well, the first one is a book, right? Democracy: The God That Failed is a book. It's a good length book. Um, the second is a booklet. Really, it's more of an extended article, but read it. Like, it will give you a new perspective on monarchism, um, and it'll help you. It'll really help you square that circle. Says you could solve a lot of government's problems by finding an extremely virtuous monarch. Part of the problem with that, hey Gabe, part of the problem with that is that that's unreliable. No more or less reliable than finding a virtuous president. Um, then again, the incentives are a little better. You have a hereditary monarchy, and this is one of Hoppe's main points. Um, a You'll necessarily have a much lower time preference if you're a monarch rather than say an elected president, because a hereditary monarch is preserving the realm for his children and for his progeny. And so we'll have a much greater incentive to not destroy the thing and use it all up like a president would. A president has a strong incentive to ruin everything if it will help enrich himself or continue his electoral prospects. Then again, power does in fact corrupt. I know it's a cliche, but it's absolutely true. I mean, Plato even just pointed this out. Another thing to check out is my entire lecture series on the Republic. Yes, you hear the one that's awake. That's Gabriel. Hello, Gabriel. He says E. Essentially on the corrupting influence of power, particularly political power. Okay, most people think monarchism is totalitarian by nature. Sim says, I want an executive constitutional monarchy with heavy Catholic influences. Here's the thing: a constitutional monarchy, like parliamentary systems and the kind of thing that developed post Enlightenment, is far more totalitarian, ironically perhaps, than a more classical, more feudal monarchy. No, there is no crib. Look, he is. Behold. Here he is. He's just wandering around the house. This is the second littlest one. This is not the littlest one. The littlest one is, I think, sleeping in Erica's lap. I think. Gabriel's just wandering the house because he doesn't sleep. Yes. In fact, yeah. My setup is in fact in my study, and a old school-ish room. Still the same color as the rest of the house, but with hardcover books. Here's my copy of the Republic. I'm working on a. I haven't decided if it's going to be a lengthy like a video or a podcast episode, but something on the Republic. So there's that. I've been working on something. But yes, my chair is also not my chair. My door is open because it's nice and cold out. It's about 40 degrees, I think, unless it's on lower. But I got the door open, so we get a cross breeze through the house, which is very nice. Behold my son and heir, who will stream after I have gone in my chair. He will hold the chair of Vincent. Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe when he's old enough. Maybe when some of the kids are old enough, they'll start doing live streams on their channel. I don't want to necessarily encourage that though, so maybe not. Maybe for funsies. Who knows? But yeah. Scoop the guy up and hold him up to see here. Look. This guy. Anyway, though, let's, Oh. Oh. It's little Verso. Can I just go back through? Is this the choice? There's no choice. Okay, never mind. I have to. Sim says, I feel like you're raising the kids right. I work with so many kids that I feel the parents just got pregnant out of nowhere. Just winging things. They curse at home. Kids bring that cursing to school because of them cursing is just how you communicate. Yeah. We both have some bad habits from college, but we work on it. We certainly try not to let that creep into the kids' language, for sure. At least that. Klaus says, when we achieve monarchism, what will be your occupation? We'll give Bible readings to underprivileged. I'll be a counter-revolutionary. I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't know. I'll be a professor. Just the same as always. I'll be a scholar. Same as always. Boring. It says I've gone into grocery stores and see parents yell at their kids and tell them to get the F over here now. 8 or 9-year-old, Jesus. Hope to be an historian for the Empire, of course you do. I mean, hey, look, don't get me wrong. We yell at our kids if we need to. That's a thing that happens. Hell, sometimes even in the grocery store if we can't avoid it, but we try and avoid that. But what you're talking about, I assume, is a bit different. Would it be weird to yell at Trump and MAGA supporters and say his policies are ruining the empire forefathers built? No. Okay, here we go. You know that video I was just talking about when I was talking about doing one on Plato's Republic? Here's a preview. The right, MAGA types, once again, sort of pointing the finger at Orrin McIntyre and a lot of others. They're developing a Polemarchus problem. MAGA's just popular. No, yeah, I guess, but it's also wildly unprincipled, which I guess just tracks. That is populism. Let me just briefly, if you saw this on my Facebook, so recently there was this, there's a great little exchange between Rand Paul and Marco Rubio, where Rand Paul basically points out that if we were to, if someone were to, with a nighttime raid, blow up a bunch of American anti-air units, bomb a few places, and kidnap President Trump, bring him back to their capital to stand on trial, would that be an act of war? And Rubio basically just refused to say the obvious yes answer. And so I'm going to quote you an answer, a response to this I got on my Facebook post. Rand Paul is forgetting two things. One, we can just do things. And two, let's see someone else try. Just, like, are we 10 years old? Really? Because... Or have we regressed over 2,000 years in political philosophy? Because, oh yeah, Klaus, that one was a fake Trump tweet. Fair enough, but he did say something effectively the same like the next day, so I guess he read it too. So yeah. In any case, though, right? The problem is that the political right is starting to adopt the friend-enemy politics that the left has, that certain elements on the left have adopted for quite some time now. the complete amorality of politics. If you will, the separation of politics from ethics, which is just to say, reducing politics to violence, and that's it, to power. And there's a lot of self-proclaimed conservatives who seem to think that this is not just necessary, which some of them hold to just that, well, we have to do this, or else we'll be destroyed, which, okay, but just understand the ethical implications of that and what that means, but fine. But there are some who are just like, nope, this is what politics is, this is what we're doing, it's the right way to approach politics, and it's good. And I'm just like, are you insane? You're Again, I thought we dealt with this. We dealt with this problem 2,500 years ago with Plato. Socrates got this 100%, completely refuted friend-enemy politics. Completely. Anyway, yeah, I do want to, like I said, I do want to finish this tonight. I got 20 minutes, so let's just. That is a small preview for an upcoming podcast episode. I don't know if it will be my next one, because I do have one that I kind of want to release next, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see which one I wind up getting out first. You don't have to shut up. It's just I may not necessarily engage at full length with all of the chat. See, also, Imsip, damn it, now I have to respond to that, because that's an interesting point, but I think you're missing the mark a little bit. I don't think MAGA is becoming a fringe group within the right. Rather, I think that Trump is shifting so much that it is splitting his original coalition. Because what you had was a big group of people who found themselves aligned with Trump's populism. But like populist movements tend to do, they rely on a figurehead leader. And when he goes off the rails a bit, he doesn't necessarily take his coalition with him. But then also, there are certain sycophants who will stay on the Trump train no matter what. Even when he goes full commie. Which, by the way, he was promoting hyperinflation essentially the other day, saying that we need to drive housing prices up, not down, and we need to just keep interest rates low. Okay, Ben Bernanke, what the hell is wrong with you? You want another 2008 asset bubble and financial crash? Are you insane? Do you want Weimar Germany? Anyway, don't get me started with this. But again, there are people who will stay on the Trump train no matter what. But then there are people who have certain views that Trump happened to align with. And then when he completely betrays that element, they get left behind. And then there are still other elements who were tentatively, a little bit, supporting of Trump, in the hopes that he would maybe throw them a bone, the neocons, who previously had been wildly against him. But now that he's veering in their direction, they're saying that everybody who got left behind by Trump and his ideas were never really part of MAGA in the first place. So it's a really complex and confusing time for the political right now. And it's mostly because Trump is a crazy person. Maybe that's a little bit exaggerated, but he's not... He is chaotic. Put it that way. He's not a stabilizing force in right-wing politics in America. So, there's that. He started to sound anti-gun and somewhat relenting. The Second Amendment has always been where I draw the line. Whoever tries to pass gun control, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. When Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, who we all thought was cool, like a year and a half ago, everybody thought Kash Patel was cool. And we shouldn't have known better, because he's a dork. Look at the guy. He's a dweeb. Anyway, sorry. I'm just mean to the poor guy, but he deserves it. He came out and said that you don't have a right to carry a firearm at a protest. I was like, That's just incorrect. Excellently put, Klaus. Thank you. Keeping house prices high and driving them higher, I'll add, is a wildly FDR response to a problem that demands a Coolidge solution. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's do this. Let's wrap this up, shall we? Time to stop painting. This the memory of Verso. I have to assume that's who this is, right?
Hi. You're tired of painting, aren't you? I'm tired too.
That's... You shouldn't be able to be here.
Lamont's gift.
Why did you run in? It's dangerous for you here.
See things as they are. Not how you want them to be.
What?
You lied to your father.
No.
He saw it too. But he wanted to believe. You're going to die here. Why don't you just leave? You can always come back.
The moment I leave, Papa will erase this canvas.
This is not worth your life.
What life? My life of loneliness in a shell of a body, with no voice and no future.
You're my El, no matter where you are. You don't need this canvas.
But everything I want is here. Here I have a chance to live, Verso to live. Out there I merely exist.
That's so existentialist.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices.
Stop quoting Papa!
It's time to stop painting.
Verso! Papa also said, hold on to each other.
I'm sorry.
Decide the fate of the canvas. So, we're going to talk about this more next time. So on the one hand, I'll talk about the ultimate ending and the badness of this choice later, maybe in a follow-up stream. But if what we are doing is deciding the fate of the canvas, then Mael's fight is worth fighting. That the world, this subcreated world, is worth preserving, is worth keeping. And maybe Mael can leave and come back. Maybe she won't. But even if she doesn't, it's living a life, not wasting one. Even if it isn't a real one. Yeah. It is wasting a life to a degree. But either way, like I said, I don't want to get too deep into this right now. Because I do want to talk extensively about this ending, probably separately. These endings, so to speak. And like I said, I'd kind of like to do both. I don't have time tonight, though. So maybe I'll come back and do the other ending and then talk about both of them. But I'm going to do Asmael as our sort of canon ending, because I do think that is probably I think that is the right choice, the better choice, not necessarily the right choice, the better choice, given that, again, the canvas, this world is worth preserving. Okay, let's see if we can just finish him. I'm gonna see if I can one-shot him, I'm not sure. Yes, okay, we can. Our drafts collide.
Please. Thank you. Stop him from painting.
Don't say that. Please. Don't say that.
Please, listen to me. Only you can do this. You can do this, please. Unpaint me. Unpaint me.
Oops.
Please. I don't want this life.
Stop saying that.
I don't want this life. I don't want this life.
I just wanted to live this lifetime together. This lifetime that was stolen from us. Please. Bro. Please.
I don't want this life. Help me. Help me.
If you could grow old, would you find a reason to smile?
Life to me. a little verso? It looks like him. Not sure what to make of the ending there. So I think that the implication... Well, I'm going to hold off until I see the other ending. But I get the impression that that was the bad ending. Which, I mean, if you're ultimately, like, if the point is, if what it's saying is to live your real life rather than an imagined one, I mean, if the lesson of the game seems to be go touch grass, which was essentially, that was essentially what Renoir was telling his daughter. The whole point was he's telling Alicia, go touch grass. Which, yeah, I mean, yeah, fine. But also the whole painting over her eyes thing. I think that is just what happens when you are in a canvas, right? So it's just sort of a that was a reflection of how she is right now on the outside of the canvas. And of course the implication is that she's not doing well out there. Right? Because if you spend too much time, presumably, if you spend too much time on the canvas, you lose yourself in real life. You basically die. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you're exhausted, you're spending too much time in it. Yeah, I am actually curious to see if the other ending, the Verso ending, is any less somber. if it's bittersweet rather than what I would describe this as sweetly bitter. Yeah. I'll say as well, though, it is also very strange that we still got no real revelation about Gustav. It was also especially there's something very strange there about the ending, where there were what appeared to be two versions of Verso. There was Little Brother Verso, which is a little weird, and then also Old Man Verso. I don't know. Again, I'm not even all completely sure of what to make of that ending. But again, I think that this is something that I'm going to have to talk about extensively, maybe in a podcast, or maybe in a live stream next week or something. I don't know. Oh god, that's right. He was voiced by Andy Serkis. I forgot. I just forgot about that. He's such an amazing voice actor. It's great to see Andy Serkis taking serious, like deeply profound roles. Some of the interviews he did about this game was really good. Yes, class, I'm up at this hour. Thank you. Thanks, Les. But anyway, man, that was a good game. That was a very good game. The ending was, I don't know. It's not what I don't know. It wasn't what I expected because I didn't know what to expect. but it absolutely does track with everything about this game. With every melancholy aspect of it so far. Excellent game. Excellent game. A lot to talk about as I go forward. I'm going to be talking back about this quite a bit. So if you're happy this one's over, since the game didn't appeal to you, well. You at least get Kingdom Come on Tuesdays. Still, I'm still doing that one for a while. I'm not actually sure how much longer that game is gonna be. But like I said, I am probably gonna go with Fable next. Then again, Klaus has a good point. It is French, so of course it's incomprehensible. I mean, it's French and it's basically Existentialism, the video game. Like I've been saying since the first stream. Since the game came out. So, yeah. In any case, yeah, it's I thought it was very good. Fable should be very good too. I'm gonna play through the original trilogy, which I have. I don't know if I'm actually gonna play the new one when it comes out. It's supposed to come out Q3 this year. Excuse me. Which, I don't know how long the original Fable games are, but that might line up with when we're done with them. So, I don't know, maybe. I'm not really looking forward to it. It looks like it kind of took a big dookie on what the original games were about in a lot of ways. But we'll see, maybe. I'll think about it. In any case, though, what was the ending I picked? I picked the Mael ending first, at least. I do want it, like I said, I do want to go back and do the Verso ending, at least just to see. Just so I can comment on both. I might just do that as like a separate recording and record my thoughts. Or I might do it at the beginning of a stream next week and then do a chat. Yeah, no, we don't actually go to sleep at midnight. I have not gone to sleep before midnight in, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. Other than when I was seriously ill. I have gone to sleep before midnight, but that's it. Anyway, sorry, regardless. Digress. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna see about the other ending too. I am curious to see. In your head, Eric is stricter than reality. Yeah, perhaps. Anyway, like I said, it is getting late. It is past it's past midnight. It's past time to be quitting. We got to finish it. So excellent. Well done. Thank you for joining me on this one. It was a great time. I really did enjoy this game. Like I said, I do really want to let it play out. I do really want to do the other ending, have a look, have some thoughts. I might want to record a live stream or something, or a pre-recorded discussion or something. Oh, there's production dogs, Minoko and Freya. Love it. Minoko, by the way, was named after the lead dev's dog, if you didn't know that. He did not name the dog after the character. But yeah, I do want to probably have a chat about this game, especially about the metaphysics of fiction that are implied here, the fiction and sub-creation and all that. Scoot over so we can see wonderful little SKA. Oh, I love SKA. Well, that's that. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This has been a wonderful stream. I'll see you guys next time. We are going to be continuing and probably wrapping up soon for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on Tuesday. I don't know if we're probably not going to finish the game anytime that soon. Probably still a couple weeks, at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4. Who knows? I'm actually not sure how much longer the game is. We've still got a little bit. Yeah, we'll see how much more of that we got. And then, like I said, we're probably going to be starting Fable soon. There may be a little interlude where I either play another short game, where I finish the other ending for this one and yap about it, where I have a discussion about it, especially if Adam. I know Adam wanted to talk about a lot of this, so maybe I'll do some of that. So that might be coming. We'll see. We'll see how things are going. We'll see what's coming next. Until then, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, remember, don't be safe, be well, more importantly, be good. Good night, folks.